of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
To an A.H.A.D moment with Holy-Apostle Deen from Urban University. Good day today. Saturday, nice and cool. You know, I was going through this heat wave, but I'm still a little tired. But here we go. See what we got going on today. What's a good subject? You have one? Well, first of all, let me say, may Ahezaah's peace and blessings be with them about your presence.
May Ahezaah's peace and blessings be with about your presence as well.
It's I kind of like these moments. Some might say, why would you like these moments when you're tired? I like them because sharing with you, you know, whether I'm tired, whether I'm up, down, what have you, it kind of gives me a sense of communication, you know, more realness, you know, like all these reality shows that they got going on, you know. My audience is not, the greater part of my audience is not here, which is out in so-called TV land, which is out in the real world. And so, you know, you can take a look, see, I guess, at how I come off unstudied, you know, and what have you, and deal with the realness of what I'm talking about more so, you know. Been working hard trying to get the Holy House together, and so therefore I haven't been sleeping much, but I've been having some progress, and it's all good, you know. Hopefully we'll finish that soon, and I'll be able to go and do some other things. Last week, we was out at the park, right, celebrating, what was we celebrating? The end of the 40 days, or it was one of the books that
completely sent down. The Divine Book of Recitation was completely sent down.
Divine Book of Recitation was being sent down? Okay, because we got the Divine Book of Recitation, we got the precursor to the Divine Book of Recitation. I think it's a precursor, but I'm not sure. I get the people that deal with records and stuff. I don't deal with that stuff. Some might say, you know, ask, well, how could you not remember what's going on with your organization, or, you know, the laws that Allah sent down? Well, Allah has sent down so much, and my mind is operating at such a level where I can't remember. I won't even try to remember everything, you know. Once upon a time, Ahezaah said to me, I did not send down the religion for you. I sent down the religion in you. I perfected it in you. You are the religion. I sent the religion down, the format of the religion down for the people. And tell the people it's their duty to hold on to the instructions of the path of the way if they want to be saved, you know. And honored by Ahezaah, blessed, His mercy. So that's what I give to you. I give the ministers and what have you, all that Allah gives in the name of Ahezaah. And that's why I refer to them many times about like what's the orders. You know, you can't put me in an order. Hard to put me in an order, you know. So with that, I'll just say, you know, if anyone have any questions for me, feel free to ask them. I would like to talk about, we always talk about the religious path and the seriousness of it, you know, the ease of it, the hardships of it. So if you have anything you want to offer, let's get with it and I'll expound upon it. Anything? Hello?
maintain something, to have consistency.
Consistency?
Yeah.
Okay, what you want to know about consistency?
Like how should you approach trying to?
How do you get in the way of being consistent with your religion?
Yeah.
All right, we can make that part of the topic. And what did you have?
Being very technical in regards to recognizing the blessings of Allah.
Being technical, okay. The technicality of being and consistency of being. All right. Keep notes, because I may forget what this second part is. All right. Let's first of all, let me give it to you this way. In the clearest application of your religion, what you do is you need to ask Ahezaah to give you everything that there is for the religion. You know how people say if you take 2 steps towards the Lord, it will take many steps towards you? People have a tendency to think that they have steps to take when they don't. Until Ahezaah give you steps to take. We have a tendency as humans to think that we can go off on our own. Well, if I take 2 steps towards Ahezaah in this, Ahezaah take many steps. We make our decisions. And that's where we falter. When we make our decisions about those steps that we're going to take without asking Ahezaah from the very beginning for the guidance and for which steps to take. We need Ahezaah's guidance in every step we take. We need it. Ahezaah's peace and blessings be there about your presence, brother. It's good seeing you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, long time seems like, you know. Long time.
Little while.
Yeah. I'm glad you was calling and letting us know that you was still on the planet.
Still alive.
Still alive. Yeah, and that's all good, so. It's good to have you back today.
Thank you. Good to be back.
You gonna be working next week again?
I'll most likely be here.
Oh, okay. So, now, with the consistency, if we ask Allah to give us consistency, and it gives us consistency, then we have consistency. Again, I say, before you seek to take steps, you need to ask Ahezaah what steps to take. What was you born for? You don't know. You can speculate and guess throughout your life, and one day Ahezaah come down for you and raise you up and speak to you and say you wasn't born for that, you was born for this, that, and the other. And once you've been spoke to, yes? Do what?
Back and coming out the frame.
Okay, I don't want to come out the frame. That's good. We need to do something with that camera to kind of get that frame to come in on me. Or get me out of this roly-poly chair. Sorry, people. Well, I'm not sorry, but excuse me. For rolling off the frame, they say. But, it's so simple, yet it's difficult because people forget. But it is so simple. I used to say, things is hard in the path of the way until you get burned. And when you get burned, you get hurt, you get scared, you recognize Ahezaah's fire. Then things start getting easy. Those things that you did not want to overcome because you really had some interest in them, you overcome those. You get out of my way, I don't want to get burnt for this. Boom, you come to it. You know? I was having a discussion with my wife about a certain individual who is a certain way, leading a certain life, and she said he wants his cake and he want to eat it too. And a lot of people make that expression. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. I don't know who came up with that expression. Because if I got cake, I want to eat it.
That's an old saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to go dig up some old bones to find out what it means. But at the same time, what they're saying is you want to make the cake and you want to have it any kind of way you want it. You know? You don't want to share the cake. You want to make your life with another person. And you want to have your life as though that person don't matter. That person is always second. In other words, being spoiled, right? Excuse me?
Can't serve by easy and mammon at the same time. You gotta make a choice.
Well,
Best of both worlds. I think that's a better term.
well, no, it's not so much best of both worlds. You create a world, and then you want to act as though it's all for you. I want my cake. I want our world, my world, and I want to eat it. I don't want to share it. I want to be the one to enjoy it. Aside, you understand? Well, let's not make that an issue. Anyway, what I was saying to her is that this particular individual is not as bad as what she might think he is. That the other party is playing a role too. If you have a stream of water flowing in the wrong direction or in the wrong way, if there's no force to stop it, it's going to keep flowing that way. If this person is not right in his life and his spouse is allowing it, then it's not going to be a force to stop it. You see? So, in Islam, if you're going wrong, on the path of the way, if you're going wrong, and you have no force to stop you, then you're never going to straighten up. For instance, I could tell you something, but that's not a force to stop you. The force to stop you from what I tell you may be your recognition about, it being correct, and it's enough that you bring the force upon yourself. You open yourself up to the forces within yourself to stop. If you don't listen, time goes on. The reality of force may bring a force down on you that's from outside of yourself to stop you about what's going on inside of yourself. You ever see somebody get hurt? Pow, they get hurt, they kick their foot or something happened, they said, oh man, I knew that was coming. I said, what you mean you knew that was coming? Because they knew that there was something that they needed to do that they wasn't doing, and you wasn't around to see what they was doing. You didn't have no idea, but they know that something came to them telling them to stop this, and they didn't stop it, and then boom, a force outside hit them, and they said, I know I deserve this. Wow. You feel what I'm saying? So, people having their cake and eating it too, so to speak, being inconsistent in Islam, means they want the information, they want the knowledge, they want the force, the power that goes with the word, but they don't want to submit to it themselves. They want to use it as a force for their cause, to put that force down on others so that they can have their way with others. You feel me? for many years, at different periods of time, under different circumstances, I've had different people come to me and say, man, you know, you tell us this, that, and the other, you put this on us, man. I said, you just don't understand. You enlightened, brother. You don't understand what's going on with me. That's like saying, you putting something on me. Huh? You can't relate. You want to have the cake of putting it on me. And you want to eat it too, because you don't have to go through what I've gone through, so to speak. It's easy for you to say that. I'm the one going through it. Never knowing or recognizing the possibility or the likelihood that I've gone through that already. That's why I know what to tell you about how to get away from that. You know? Before you become of the wise, you go through trials, tribulations, many. Did Mu'min come back with you? You go through many trials and tribulations. As you grow, they say wisdom comes with age. They say that because many people have gone through so many hardships, so many experiences that they learn their lessons by the time they get old. Wisdom don't really come with age. Wisdom comes with experiences. Yeah, you can become wise at a very young age. If you call age experiences, and we know age is not experiences. Age is an experience. Aging is an experience. But it's not experiences that make you old. You know? It's your reaction to what the wise give you that you begin to listen to it, submit to it, where people look at you and say, that person is wise. Most people think wise or wisdom is being smart. But we tell them that wisdom is divine guidance. Wisdom is Allah's or Ahezaah's guidance for you as an individual. That's what it is. You could be born wise. No age at all. Born wise. They say Jesus was guided at 7 years old. You know? Who was that? Okay. You feel where I'm coming from? Now that's with consistency. With consistency, you have to ask Allah to give you that, to make you remember it. I use the word make. To make you remember it. Your prayers is not getting you to Allah. Only Allah, only Ahezaah can get you to it. People say, oh, the power's in the prayer. No, the power is in the answerer of that prayer. The one who answers that prayer. Huh? The power is in the one that gives you prayer. That give you a reason to pray. Huh? They give you the mindset to think, to pray. But not in the prayer itself. People get lost in the prayer itself. People get lost in things that's there, that's obvious. That's why you might have millions of people going in China sitting under Bodhi trees trying to become enlightened like Buddha. Huh? People think they're going to become enlightened like Muhammad if they come in the door on the right foot first and say Bismillah every time they walk through that door. You know? It's not those things that make you become enlightened. What makes you become enlightened is the reality of enlightenment. The reality of life. It makes you become enlightened. What we have to think about, what we need to think about, is continually remembering to ask it for everything. Your inconsistency comes when you forget about it. When you forget that you are completely in need of it. Some people grow and think, okay, Allah gave me this, I don't need Allah for that no more. Yes, you do. There's nothing that you do that you don't need Allah for anymore. If that's the truth, then, if that's not the truth, then you don't need Allah to help you breathe, because you do nothing easier than breathing. Or your heart beating. Or your blood flowing. So you don't need Allah for that? Yes, you do. Even when you don't think about it. If it ever comes to your mind, you know you need Allah for it. I had a Jehovah's Witness come to my door one day after about the 10th time I asked him not to come. And he said to me, I have a question. I'm not a troublemaker, because I said, y'all troublemakers. You know, y'all come and knock on people's doors and they tell you, I got this religion and I don't want to get involved in these conversations. You still come. I said, the Lord is not sending you like that. The Lord don't send people to make war. The Lord says, to you be your way and to me be mine. Now, if I'm here living in peace, why would you come aggravating me? If I say I live in the light of the Lord, why would you aggravate me? You could go to your congregation and tell the people, well, that's a lost soul up there. That's a lost guy up there. Don't mess with him. No. That's a lost guy. We got to make him come. We got to bend him to our way. You know? And he said to me, just answer this question. Do you think that the world can exist without God? Now, what kind of crazy question is that? You know? So I didn't immediately look at God as Allah. I got angry with him. Or Jehovah. I got technical. And I said, first of all, God can be anything. So what God we talking about? Because my world can exist without God. Many gods. What God we talking about? He said Jehovah. I said, Jehovah, that's a phrase, man. You just said a phrase. You think you calling a name and you saying a sentence or a phrase. An incomplete one. That's right, brother, an incomplete one. And he looked at me. And I said, they don't teach you in Kingdom Hall what you saying when you say Yahuwah. And he just looked at me. I said, you keep knocking on my door, banging down my door every weekend, and I keep telling you the same thing, please leave me alone. And you out here trying to sell something you don't understand. You're going to ask me about a God being, minus this, outside of this world. What God we talking about? He said, the Father of Jesus. I said, who? James? Or Joseph? I started messing with him. But then I got back serious with him. And I said to him, I said, if we talking about the reality of being, the real thing of the reality, nothing exists without that. Now please leave me alone. You know. And he wanted to have more conversation, of course. He was consistent and persistent and insistent. Insisting. And I was resisting. And reminiscing about the days when I would just knock somebody like him between the eyes to make them leave me alone. I'm not violent, people. I just want to make a rap. Oh boy. Anyway, when Moses went up into Mount Sinai, she said, what does Jehovah mean? When Moses went up to Mount Sinai, and he seen this thing, this burning bush, this fire, light hovering over this bush that wasn't burning up. And he heard a voice. When he heard the voice of the Lord, he fell to his knees because he knew the Lord was there. It shocked him. It scared him, put him in awe. And when he went in awe of Allah, in fear, in awe, he said, "Oh, essence and guide. Oh, my essence, oh, essence and my guide. Have mercy on me." When he came back to the people, he reported that. He said, Yahuwah. Oh, Yahoo, essence. Why? And. Ha. God. Now, many Jews today try to say they don't know what the last H represent, but they know. They don't want to explain it. Ha means God. Ta means perfect God. They don't want to get too deep into that because then they know that they got to go back to the Arabic and they got to go back to old Egyptian language, and they start connecting, and then they have to tell the truth about they were not the greatest people, and that Allah was here before them in the name of Hu, which Prophet Muhammad says Hu and Allah is one. Kul huwa Allahu A.H.A.D, which they men of the Arabs translated as say He is Allah the one. False translation. It says say Hu and Allah is one and the same. Okay? I just got a signal that I got 1 minute for my New York audience. But put that around your head and shake it up a little bit, and go find some old books and look it up, and see that whether I'm right or wrong. That when Moses said Yahuwah, you got to go to the Arabic language as well as the Hebrew language as well as the Egyptian language if you want to, clear out everything, And you'll see that it's a phrase, not a name, but men took that phrase and made it a name themselves. But Allah said to Muhammad, tell the Jews and the Muslims that you of Jehovah and Allah is one and the same. So, may Ahezaah's peace and blessings be with them about your presence. I'll see you next week. Just join us again. Thank you.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you